Hello everybody, today on Stormsink Review we're going to take a look at The Dark Knight Rises, the latest and final installment of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Does this movie live up to the hype? Stay tuned and find out. Welcome to Stormsink Reviews. Today I'm going to break down Christopher Nolan's final installment in the Dark Knight trilogy and tell you guys if it's really lived up to the hype. Did it really, live up to all the hype that everybody was talking about? Every time I try to review something, somebody calls. Yellow.
Hey Storms, what's up, man? Hey, I'm reading this book here, and I learned some really interesting things about King Arthur. Apparently,
listen, I don't care about King Arthur or Merlin, okay? I'm in the middle of a review. It's very important. Listen, yeah, tell me later. Later. Bye. 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 Oh, that guy, I swear. Okay, so where was I? The Dark Knight Rises. This is the final installment in the epic Dark Knight trilogy that was produced, or actually directed by Christopher Nolan. And the first one, Batman Begins, kind of snuck on everybody silently. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, there's a new Batman film. But then I think once it was released on DVD, those that actually, dismissed it right away, watched it on DVD and found out that it was really, really good. It was based off Frank Miller's Year One in the, comic book. So then, there was all the hype after the end of that film with the Joker card. So everybody knew that the Joker was going to be in the second one. Well, that sprung a lot of hype, and The Dark Knight actually, had a huge following going into it ever since the teaser trailer for that film. Well, as fate would have it, Heath Ledger actually passed away after filming The Dark Knight, and thus leading The Dark Knight into film fandom. I mean, even today, people go around dressing like Heath Ledger's Joker. He won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And, and the film is number 3 of all time in the box office. Granted, I love The Dark Knight, but I feel personally that Heath Ledger's death contribute to most of that happening. In The Dark Knight Rises, it puts Bane as the new villain, not the Riddler that many thought, but actually Bane as a new villain for Bruce Wayne. This movie I had mixed reactions the first time I seen it. If you see my Dark Knight First Impressions video, I had mixed reactions, and that's due to the ending. And I think a lot of that has the way it played on my emotions. Now, since that time, I've seen the movie 3 times, plus I plan on going to see it one more time. So, actually, I really enjoy this movie. I think the more you see this movie, the more you enjoy it. Tom Hardy as Bane is phenomenal. In my opinion, Tom Hardy put on a better performance than Heath Ledger. I thought Bane was a more interesting character. It wasn't just mindless, destruction. Bane had a purpose. He spoke intelligently. He was strong. He was the only villain that actually can match Batman and Bruce Wayne fist by fist by brute strength. Bane was a force to be reckoned with. He destroyed Batman, and that's how Batman rises. That's how the Dark Knight comes to rise. This whole movie is about the fallout from the Dark Knight with Harvey Dent's death and Batman proclaiming himself as the villain and being responsible for Harvey Dent's death. It goes into the Dark Knight Rises where Bruce Wayne's been out of the game for 8 years. Now Bane shows up, and now he's forced to put back on the mask and the cape and go take on this ultimate foe, and it doesn't really work out too well for him. In the end, there's a huge fight scene. Don't want to spoil anything. If you really have to go see this movie if you haven't seen it. This film was actually really, really good. All the actors are phenomenal. You have Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, Tom Hardy, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Anne the way. I mean, I can go on and on. You know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, so much. This is the all-star cast. In my humble opinion, I think Tom Hardy deserves an Oscar nominee for his performance as Bane. He made Bane a relatable character. Bane had substance. He wasn't just, you know, a brute, bald guy with a mask going around beating people for the hell of it. This movie has twists, it has turns, and the first time you see it, it will fool you. And I think that was my downfall the first time I seen it. Was it emotionally pulled strings? It emotionally pulled my strings. It pulled my emotion strings, and I actually teared up in a scene, and then at the end it was like, ha, I fooled you. I think that's what, you know, really turned me off the first time I seen it. But when you go see it the second and third time, and you already know what's going to happen, you can appreciate that and start to enjoy the other things that are happening around you. As a whole, The Dark Knight Rises, or the Dark Knight trilogy, is the best comic book trilogy to date. I mean, compared to the X-Men trilogy, the Spider-Man trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises, or the Dark Knight trilogy, is just an epic trilogy. I will tag The Dark Knight Rises as movie of the year, especially over my beloved Amazing Spider-Man, which I loved a lot. I'm going to give this movie not a perfect score, because I still, you know, have issues with one scene where I think it's a plot hole, although other people seem to have different opinions on it. I'll give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And that's all I have. I'm Stormsink. This has been Stormsink Reviews, and that's my opinion.